without any further ado, let's get right into it. Genesis chapter 15. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, "Fear not, Abram, I am your shield, and your reward shall be great." And Abram said, "Lord, what can you give me, since I'm going from this world childless, and he who shall be the owner and heir of my house is this steward?" And behold, the word of the Lord came to him, saying, "This man shall not be your heir, but he who shall come from your own body shall be your heir." And he brought him outside into the starlight and said, "Look toward the heavens and count the stars. So shall your descendants be." And Abraham believed and trusted in the Lord, and he counted it, God counted it to him as righteousness, positivity. And he said to him, "I am the same Lord who brought you out of Chaldees to give you this land as an inheritance." But Abraham said, "Lord God, by what shall I know that I shall inherit it?" And he said to him, "Bring to me a heifer, a she-goat, a ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon." And he brought him all these. And when the sun was setting, a deep sleep came over Abram, and a shuddering fear oppressed him. And God said to Abram, "Know positively that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and they will be slaves there and oppressed 400 years. But I will bring judgment on that nation whom they served, and afterward they will come out with great possessions. And in the 4th generation your descendants shall come back here to Canaan, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full." The Lord made a promise, a pledge with Abraham, saying, "To your descendants I have given this land, from the river of Egypt, Nile, to the great Euphrates, the land of the Amorites, the Canaanites, and the Jeshubites." End of chapter 15. Okay, so there's some cool things we got to look at. First, that God counted Abraham believing in what he spoke to him in the vision as righteousness, as positivity. Another, he asked God for a sign. Look at God's character. He asked God for a sign to say, "How am I going to know?" And then God told him to go do something that required sacrifice. This is where most of us will fall off. Like when we're needing a sign and God's putting some energy and some thoughts into us, and then the next thing requires us to make a sacrifice, a lot of time we'll be like, "Oh no." And then this is another big thing. We see he has a dream where God tells him, "Yeah, you're going to be rich. Yeah, your kids are going to bless everybody, but they're going to be slaves for 400 years. And they'll be brought out, and judgment will be put on the nation that they serve." This is why we got to skate up out of America at some point. Their judgment's coming. Can't you feel it? Their judgment's coming. It's coming from China and Russia, yeah. And their judgment's coming. It's predicted in Revelations. And we're going to have our land in place over in the area where the promise is at for those that believe.